Welcome to Shoulder Mobility. Today I'm going to take you through 3 essential techniques to loosen up your upper back and shoulders. Frequency for all 3 of these techniques, you really can't do them too much. We recommend daily, especially if you're struggling with shoulder mobility issues or any pain or lots of stiffness in the upper back or shoulders. I'm going to start with our first technique, which is going to utilize a foam roller. I'm going to show you where we're going to place this foam roller, and this is called thoracic rolling with a little bit of thoracic extension. So we're going to do this a couple of ways. When we start with foam rolling of the T-spine, we want to make sure that we know what the T-spine is. So it's the bottom of the rib cage all the way up to the upper back, just below the trapezius, okay? That upper shoulder here, okay? When I start with the roller, what I'm going to start doing is placing it a little bit further to the bottom. When I place it, the legs can stay bent out in front, and then I'm just going to gently lay back on the foam roller. From here, once I have it positioned, I'm just going to ease into this and start with extension before I start to really roll out the fascia, which is just connective tissue of the body. So the arms are going to go back. You can dive right in here with me. And you really just want to start opening up that upper back. The shoulders are pulling into the roller. And really, if that neck gets tired, just support that head, okay? Left and right is good here. Our goal is to pull into the roller and then breathe. Once I've worked at the bottom of the rib cage, you can then go ahead and start to move and extend those arms over the top. You'll notice I'm raising my hips. So as you raise the hips, really trying to reach back with the arms and then still pulling that upper back into the roller is really going to loosen up everything, okay? We're going to aim for about 3 minutes with this mobility technique. There's not a lot of right or wrong here. Just make sure you're staying on the soft tissue. When you feel a tight spot, what I want you to do is just press down a little bit more, take a deep breath, and let go. Your goal is to kind of hunt around left and right, back and forth. We're going to spend, let's go, about another 30 seconds here. When you get tired, whenever, just let those hips stay down. Take breaks throughout, totally cool. Guarantee you are going to feel like a new person, I promise. Last little bit, just give it one big roll, all the way down, all the way up. You can always cross the arms as well. That is technique number 1, thoracic rolling, okay? We're going to move right into technique number 2 to loosen up the shoulders. And this one is going to trigger point you a little bit more very, very specific. And with this, we're going to use a yoga tune-up ball. Hopefully you picked these up before you left Skyterra. And what you're going to do this time is really the same area of our upper back, but now we're going to sheath between the shoulder and the spine, okay? You never want to put the ball on your spine. We just want to get that tissue that's restricted between the spine, okay? So you're going to see me here. I'll place the ball just inside the shoulder blade, okay? And we're going to start nice and high up. As we move through this technique, I'm going to slowly start to use my hips and send my hips back so that the ball goes a little further down on that upper back, okay? So you're going to see me go back. With the foot position here, feet can be bent, legs can go straight out. If you're doing this one right, you will feel it basically immediately as you go down. And from here, now that I've got it in this higher position first, I'm going to work from here. I'm going to let that arm go back. And I'm going to really try to extend and grab anything that feels a little restricted. Anything that's tight, that's what I'm sort of going for here. It definitely will get spicy on you. Don't worry about that. You'll definitely be able to realize the difference between good pain versus bad. Okay, so I'm working nice and high. You can see I do some circles here. Again, we're just trying to get some fluidity between that shoulder blade and the spine. We get really restricted here from the sitting that we do, all of us. Now that I've worked on this region, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push that ball a little bit further down, okay? From here, I can actually raise the hips a little more. Oh, and we're really doing some good work here to open up the shoulders. Remember to breathe. Moving the arm back and forth is definitely necessary. You can go across the body. We've got about 30 seconds left here, so what I want to make sure is that I go all the way down that upper back and inside that shoulder. So you're going to see, I'm just going to bring it down even a little bit lower. Place the ball there. Oh, found it. Oh. If it's quite intense, you don't even have to move that much. Just kind of lay on it, allow that muscle to release. All right, that was my left side. Now we're going to take you through the right side. I want you guys to do a quick retest. This is important to understand the mobility benefits here, is that if you just look at me with my arms, wow, looks like I made a difference on the left. Pretty cool, okay? Now we've got to, of course, even out the other side, all right? So going back through the same exact technique, just switching sides. I'll go back to my feet being bent. They can go straight out once I get there. You'll see where I place the ball this time. Same exact location in between the shoulder blade and the spine. Then gently lay back. And you can just start to work it there, okay? As I'm in it, I can raise the hips. And remember to breathe. Again, you're just trying to get movement within that joint, breaking up the connective tissue. All right, I've spent time a little bit on that top half. Now we're going to move down a little bit. You can see I just push it with my hand a little further down. And this is where I can raise the hips. Arm can go back into play. Ooh. This is right inside the bottom base of that shoulder blade. Finding some hot spots. Keep breathing. From here again, I'm going to make sure I find that last little bit. A little bit further down, still right above that rib cage. Then I lay back. And oh, a spot you guys can usually find immediately. I'm sure you're with me on that. Last 30 seconds. Please remember to take breaks. All right, that was technique number 2. Let's make sure you guys see the difference, okay? Pretty crazy. Both arms are back to normal. Wow, it works, okay? Yoga tune-up ball for the shoulders. That was technique number 2. We're going to move on to our last technique. This is a sequence of 3, really making sure that you're doing 2 to 3 techniques per day, depending on where your restrictions are, is just vitally important for longevity, okay? So this last one here, what you're going to do is you're going to actually just roll to your side. What we're doing here is we're going to use that same foam roller that we did for the thoracic rolling, and we're going to place that between our knees. Notice that my knees are going to be about 90 degrees here, okay? And that this is going to cut off my hips from turning as I execute this corrective shoulder technique, okay? From here, I'm going to lay down, okay? Knees stay in that nice neutral position, and then you can use your arm to kind of just place your ear there nice and gently. From here, what I'm going to do is place the other palm onto on the left arm here, and then all you want to do is open up. Do not let your hips move here. You can see my shoulders are a little bit tight. We've all got something going on. So I'm reaching back, pausing for like 3 to 5 seconds, taking a deep breath in, and then pulling that shoulder back down. Second time, reaching back, keeping it neutral with my other arm, legs staying in the same position, and then back. Third time, coming over. We're going to do 5 per arm. When I'm back here, notice I'm reaching as far as I can. Even after those first two, you can see the arms getting a little closer to the ground. And back in. Think about pulling that shoulder back down the whole time, opening it up. Fourth time. Here we are for number 5. Last one, opening up. This technique is called a thoracic reach. Great corrective for anyone who is dealing with some shoulder stiffness. All right, that was one side. We did that side first. Doesn't matter which one you start with. What's important is that you do both. Again, test, retest, so you see the power of this stuff. Oh, weird, getting a little bit more range of motion. We'll now move into the other side. So with this one, I'm going to have to change directions. You'll see I'll place the roller, same exact position here. Okay? That just cuts it off so that I don't cheat myself on the technique. I'm going to lay down, head will be on the arm, and then with this arm, it's just going to come over, meet that palm again, and we'll do 5 repetitions from here. Opening up, not turning my hips, eyes stay that same way, and deep breath in. Go ahead, bring it back. Second time, reach. Deep breath in. Back in. Third time, reach. Try to get long. Deep breath in. Last 2, reach. Back in. And lucky number 5, holding it back there. All right. Again, that was the T-spine reach. Technique number 3 for our shoulder mobility. Try to make sure that you're getting these in, especially if you found that your shoulders are stiff all the time. If you're doing a lot of sitting, don't have the best posture. These 3 techniques are really just going to iron everything out, and you don't have to do them as much as you think. Really, even if you can only do 1 or 2, get them in. That's shoulder mobility. Hope to see you soon at another mobility session.